Orville Reese, Sonny Styles, Caleb Downs. Three Ohio State players in the top five, four in the top seven. Checks out. All right, you guys ready to do this? Back on the
Do it.
air for the first time in a while. So it's nice to have the fellas back. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Forward Pass podcast. We've got episode 36 on the way. We've got Caleb Archer from Macon, Georgia. New apartment. Great setup, Archer. I love it. We got Luke Duska in Kennesaw, Georgia. We've got myself in Indiana, PA. Our buddy Sam, he works. Loser.
Yes,
Uh,
he contributes to shareholder value while we
yeah.
don't.
He's unemployed, or
Yeah.
he's employed. We're
Yeah.
unemployed.
Yeah. So this is the unemployed
It's
brunch.
2 o'clock on a Wednesday.
2 o'clock. Just guys staying in school too long. But
Delaying unemployment.
yeah, yeah. Sam, we figured it out. But yeah, Sam's created shareholder value. You're gonna hear from Sam in here if it's not his direct thoughts. He did type some out for us. So, fellas, draft in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania tomorrow. I don't know if I'm gonna go. I might just pop down Saturday. It's gonna be an absolute nightmare getting into this city. There's no public transportation in Pittsburgh besides to the South Hills, so it's not like I can just hop on the Upper Darby train, go down, pop back up, like which I would love to do, but parking is going to be an absolute disaster. So I don't know if it's going to be boots on the ground. We will see. But big day for big week for the city. We've got Flyers Pens game 3 tonight. It's been completely shambles for the Pittsburgh Penguins as our in-state rival has just given it to us after
No doubt.
being dead in February, and then they just rose again. So Rick Tocchet, he's won 2 cups with the Pens. Never forget that. He's not winning a cup in Philly anytime soon, but he is their coach, and he's very good. Also, the assistant coach Todd Reardon he's their special teams coordinator on Philadelphia. He was my youth hockey coach. I played with his son when I was like 8. He was coaching for the Pens under Baalsma's staff. So anyway, side tangent. Let's talk a little
Shout out
bit
to him.
ball. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm sure you were locked in on that guy. Well, Duska, whenever they like do timeouts, he's the guy that's like talking to them on the whiteboard. So if
Okay.
he's bald.
That's my guy. What's his
Yeah,
name?
Todd Reardon.
Todd Reardon.
Yeah,
Rick Tocchet.
exactly. You're learning.
Porter Martone.
Martone, Konechny,
Yeah.
Scumbag. All
I
right.
could name like 15 Flyers
Hell yeah.
easily.
Good on
Yeah,
you.
I'm a
Yeah.
real fan. I'm a real fan.
Yeah. Arch, big win for the battling Hawks as well.
Yeah, I mean McCollum just literally just out there just whooping them. But I mean that was good to see. Hopefully Jalen Johnson steps up because he's been kind of a stinker so far.
Yeah, well they play at home next game, right?
Tomorrow, yeah, tomorrow night during the draft. Definitely double screen night for me.
Nice. All right. Let's start with okay. The mocks. I'm gonna go start picks 1 through 5. There seems to be in some order. It's gonna go Mendoza, either David Bailey, Arvell Reese, Jeremiyah Love, and then maybe Francis Maui Noah. The Schrager McShay, that's kind of who I look to it for my mocks and stuff. That's kind of what we've been seeing. Out of the guys I just mentioned, I guess we could start with you, Duska. I know one of your guys is a part of that. So do you want to kind of give your thoughts on one of those guys?
On who are you referring to specifically?
It would be Fernando Mendoza.
Oh, the first.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sure.
By the way, we all get to pick like 5 players, like who we're gonna attach ourselves to. So I picked like a first rounder, a second rounder, a sixth rounder. Like I was all across the board. Duska and Sam just throw 5 first rounders in the chat, and it's like, oh, dude,
I didn't. It wasn't all first.
I'm
I had
kidding.
Eli. I had Eli Stowers.
Nah, I love Eli
He's like a
Stowers.
4th rounder.
No, I was more of Perry, but you also just took Fernando Mendoza. This is like what you did with the Wemby thing. Like you just attached to Wemby.
I mean,
right
yeah,
before,
fair.
right as he got in. So it's smart. It's smart. You're gonna look really good.
I mean, there's not a ton to say. If you want to hear us wax poetically about Fernando Mendoza, just listen to any of our shows from definitely the playoffs, and then even before that. I think we were on the bandwagon pretty quickly. I just think he's the type of when you hear about a quarterback, he's the type of guy that you want in your organization, a guy that's really committed to improving. And it's the type of guy that's not going to get complacent. And yes, he's probably going to struggle early on. That's kind of just what happens to QBs when they first get drafted. But he's the type of guy I believe in to be able to handle all of that difficulty and turn it into something positive. I think not a perfect example, but another guy that was a high pick. You hear about Sam Darnold, who just won a Super Bowl, his resiliency and his ability to face challenges and go through struggles and still be able to come out on the other side of that, not affected mentally by the struggles themselves, but able to take the lessons from that and apply it to get better. Now, hopefully for Mendoza, you see a little bit less of a crazy path towards that success, and maybe he has some early bumps and then is able to recover a little quicker and produce at a high level quickly. But I just believe in the blueprint of him as a football player and the strong foundation of coaching he's had throughout his entire career, applying that to the NFL level. He's going to have Tom Brady in his ear as well. I just if there were ever a 1-1 QB that I would put all my chips on the table for, he's that type of guy. And I hope that that specific comment doesn't come back to bite me, but I do truly believe Mendoza is going to produce at a high level in the NFL at some point. I'm not sure that it's going to be right away, but I trust that he's going to be playing at a high level in at least 2 to 3 years.
Also, Kubiak, getting Kubiak as a play caller, that's huge. Whenever you
Yeah,
can hitch your
absolutely.
bandwagon to an offensive coach as opposed to a defensive coach, because like one thing Jalen Hurts has stunted his development a little bit as a quarterback is he's had what 9 offensive coordinators in 9 years, and whenever there's that much fluidity, it's going to be really tough to gain a lot of traction. So I think Kubiak coming in from Seattle, he was the offensive coordinator. He's now the head coach for Oakland. Okay, Arch. I don't know if you do have a strong opinion on this, but there's 2 edge players in this draft. It's David Bailey, Arvell Reese. That's kind of like pick your guy. Do you have anybody? Do you like a guy one better than the other?
I think Bailey is the safer um, pick. I think I've learned after watching like Will Anderson, and I think that for edge rushers, tools and like potential are very high for some like prospects. To me, that goes to Tyree Wilson, Will Alexander or Will Anderson, where there's proven production in Anderson, and then Tyree Wilson was like the guy that has all these traits, never really put it together, but like drafted high. I had him mocked pretty high like 3 years ago, and
Yeah.
they just don't produce. And I think that like genuine production matters more than I think, in my opinion, I think for like traits wise.
Yeah.
So I mean Bailey's been a proven he's been proven production at his 2 stops because I believe he was at Stanford before Texas Tech if I remember that correctly. And I think like Arvell Reese is a great athlete. He's going to be a good NFL player. But with the second pick, I think Bailey is much safer. I mean, there might not be the high upside like athleticism wise, but I mean Bailey still I think he'll be a 10-year NFL starter and edge rusher.
Dude,
So I think you could be in safe hands with him.
when you just like cut on David Bailey, yeah, you see like, oh, this is an edge player that will just play for a while. I kind of have, I mean, Arvell Reese, I don't know. Some teams might play him as a stand-up linebacker. Some teams might play him as an edge. It's like the whole Micah Parsons, like pick your poison. He's had like pretty much, it's like the snaps are 50-50 last year from Ohio State. Okay, there's 2 edge rushers in this draft where they have horrible arm length, and I love both of them. One being Ruben Bain and the other being Cassius Howell. And both of them are a little bit slipping. And I think especially Howell, I mean, he led the SEC in sacks last year. He's a monster. I mean, they played. I watched Fanu play David Bailey, and I watched a bunch of those reps, and that made me think Fanu's a guard. And then I also watched Cassius Howell versus Maui Noah, and that was like literally such a good battle. And like both, it was like a stalemate in terms of all game. Like there was reps that Cassius Howell was able to get around the edge or win an inside move against Maui Noah, and then there was times Maui Noah really just got his hands on him and started controlling him. But I'm really high on Cassius Howell from edge. I just wanted to throw that out there because both him and then Ruben Bain, their arm lengths are like 30 or 31. Bain's, I think, is shorter than Howell, but so traditionally, offensive tackle, you want to have arm lengths above, what is it, 33?
It's around 34 for
Yeah,
tackle.
okay. So you want it 34, and then if you're like an edge, like you're trying to be whatever, 32, 33, like in that range. And I think Bain's at like 30. But if you just watch him play football, the speed to power and if anything else, like if he's not a prolific pass rusher, Ruben Bain in the NFL, like what he is a menace in the run game. He's like 260. He makes plays all the time. Um, so that's kind of my edge analysis.
Just one thing on Bain, I think he's going to be able to produce, like you were saying. For me, if you're picking a first round edge, you want a guy that's going to be able to relentlessly pursue the quarterback and that's got he's more of like you want a guy that's more of a traditional defensive end. Like you want a David Bailey
Yeah.
or you want like an Arvell Reese type build. You don't want a guy that you're like, oh, he could play three tech and like he's going to be able to stop the run. Like that's not really in my mind. That's not really a first round edge. I'm not saying Ruben Bain's not a first round talent, and I think his game specifically is going to translate well. But I just think if you're using first round value and you're looking for a guy that's going to pressure the quarterback at a really high level, I think that you would want to go for a more traditional like edge type build.
Question. But Arvell Reese and Bailey, they're gonna be off the board within the first 5 picks. So
Yeah.
like from pick 6 to pick 30, are you saying there's not another first round edge there? The positional
No,
value is just so much. You get what I'm saying?
I think it depends on where you're picking him at. Then I'd see if you get him in the back half of the first round, then you've got a lot of value there.
Like Cassius Howell at
If he's a
30.
top 10 pick,
Okay.
then
You're like, okay,
yeah, I'm
reach.
not. Yeah,
Okay. Like I've been seeing Cassius Howell be mocked like 30. Like to me, if you get the SEC's best production edge rusher in terms of production, like at pick 30, steal. So that's kind of my. Do you guys have anything else on the edges?
I've always been a huge fan of Mesidor, especially I just think as a pass rusher exclusively, he in my mind he's always been a little more refined than Bain. Just watching Miami throughout the season, I would always
Do you know what
notice
state he's from?
what state's he from.
Ontario.
Mm, a little
A little
a
Mapletron.
little Canadian pressure.
Yeah.
I just watching Miami, I think his reps always stood out to me, and I think he has a more refined pass rushing bag as opposed to Bain, who would a lot of the times just win because of his raw physical talent. So Mesidor for me is the type of guy that I would even lean towards. He's more of a first round edge rusher to me than Bain, but we'll see how
Now,
that plays out.
Ruben Bain's 21 and Mesidor's 25. Does that factor in at all?
In my mind, that's just a guy that's ready to produce at a high level right away if he's 25 years old.
Yeah. Also, you could probably get a bargain on, I mean, not to look too, you're probably not thinking about this, but like by the time he's 30, he's still on his rookie deal. And then like, dude, you lowball the shit out of him as a 31-year-old coming off of his 5th-year option. I'm truly like, it's like, all right. Um, but all right, I like that. Can we talk about receivers real quick? Anybody want to talk receivers?
Let's talk receivers.
Okay. Um, I'll give you my top 5. Carnell Tate, 1. He's just the most solid. He's 6'3". He's long. He's got like a great catch, jump ball, contested catch. He's like 80% contested catch rate. Like, dude's awesome. Fluid athlete, Ohio State guy. It's like Tate will be a good NFL player. Then I got Mekhi Lemon, which I was so high on him in college and I loved him. Now, the pre-draft stuff where he's talking in interviews, like I simply have no idea what he's doing. I don't know if that's how he actually is, because that is insane. Like his pre-draft interview, like whatever. That I was literally like, I didn't realize that was like how he like operated. But that's a little bit scary, but he's such an explosive with the ball in his hands. Like he's just Shanahan, McVay, LaFleur, Kubiak, one of these like what's his name? O'Connell, like one of these like offensive wizards that just loves having slot. Like,
Sirianni,
yeah, yeah. McCarthy, like they're gonna love
Stefanski.
they're gonna love having Mekhi Lemon. Okay, so I got Tate Lemon. 3, Omar Cooper Jr. I think Omar Cooper Jr. he's like Jacoby Myers with Jarvis Landry, and those two names probably don't wow you, but if you go through Jacoby Myers' NFL career, it's like 800, 800, 800, 800, 1,000, 900. This year he got hurt. He was at like 500. But Jacoby Myers has been like a 9-year NFL vet with tons of production. And the reason I say that is because Omar Cooper Jr. is like, I don't know, I think he's 6'1", same as like Jacoby Myers, but they're actually slot receivers. So they rely a lot on twitch. Um, and they just got good feel, good hands. Omar Cooper Jr. is pretty physical. He also had the highest break tackle rate in the NCAA. Like he just doesn't get tackled. He's so slippery. So that's my favorite in terms of value. Like if the Steelers were able to get him at 21, like I think Perry was mentioning that in the group chat, that'd be awesome. But then I got Jordan Tyson at 4, um, like phenomenal athlete. I guess there's some health concerns there, but he'll be good if he's like 6'3". He's a massive. I mean, he could be awesome in the NFL. And then number 5, Casey Concepcion, uh, ball in his hands type of guy. I think I love Zach Branch, but the difference between Concepcion and Zach Branch is Concepcion is a little bit more refined as a pass catcher and route runner at this point in its stage in his career. So I think getting Zachariah Branch in like the second or third round, you don't have to pay him as much as you would Concepcion probably. And if you develop him properly, you could be getting the same type of player. So I do think that they're like one and the same. I think Concepcion is a better player right now, but that's my top 5. Anybody have anything to say about the receivers?
I had well, I want to talk about like 2 or 3 guys that I think actually maybe 4. Well, 2 guys kind of grouped in the same, just like these G5 producers and Ted Hurst and Skylar Bell. Ted Hurst is from Georgia State. Skylar Bell is from UConn. There's just 2 guys that I'm kind of intrigued to because a lot of times G5 production doesn't really translate to NFL like prospect and being an NFL player. We've seen with like Nick Nash and others in the past. But I do think they have more traits and they're more physically gifted than Nick Nash was. So I'm interested in that. And then 2 SEC guys that I'm kind of interested in is Deshaun Stribling, the Ole Miss receiver.
Good.
Big body. He's really fast. I think it hurts him because I believe the 2 places he played were Oklahoma State before Ole Miss. And I'm interested to see how his route tree develops because a lot of Ole Miss receivers haven't been great recently in pros because of that offense they run in the Kiffin style. But my favorite, one of my he's going to be one of my top 5 guys, Colby Young of Georgia. I think he's an underrated prospect here because he is. I'm going to get his exact measurables. He is a 6'5", 218-pound receiver. He's a big body, but he is very fast. Like he killed the combine in the all the receiver drills in the 40. I think he's an interesting mid-round draft pick, I think. And I think he can be a producer in the NFL because of his body and his frame and his physical ability.
Georgia skill guys kind of get the short end of the stick going to Georgia because their production's limited by the fact that they have like Lawson Lucky, Oscar Delp. Like it's Delp's the one that's in the draft right now. Like he's flying so far under the radar because like dude, his production is just not up there with Sadiq Bey or some of the other tight ends. In the receiver room, Colby Young's battling with Humphreys, Zach Branch. Who's my boy? Thomas, number 5, the post ball.
Oh, Noah Thomas?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Noah Thomas.
He's in the draft somewhere. I don't know where
Oh,
he is on the big board.
Oh, is he?
He is
He has to come out.
he is allegedly in the draft. Yes, he's the
Okay.
50th best receiver on
Okay.
ESPN.
Duska, hit me with something about the receiver class.
No, I would just shout out Chris Bell from Louisville. I just remember watching him against Miami just go insane. Like, a bunch of big plays in that game. Couldn't really comment on the technical ability of his route running and whatnot. I'd leave that to you, but I think that's just a guy that if you draft him second, third round, it's a
Ball
guy you're going to
player.
bring in, guy that's going to be able to make plays for you, and
Yeah.
someone I enjoy watching play football.
Okay.
That's all I got.
I have a take. You guys know Trey Lance, underwhelming football career. Did you know? Did you know he's got a younger brother, Bryce Lance, who plays receiver at North Dakota State? I think Bryce Lance is gonna be a good football player in the NFL. He, um, let me go into my draft guide so I don't mess up some of this stuff. Okay. Um, he has back-to-back 1,000 yard years at North Dakota State, 4.3, 4.40 at the combine. Great size. I mean, dude, his NDSU tape is awesome. I mean, a lot of it he's playing against like Illinois State, and I mean they're playing the Missouri Valley schedule. But dude, Bryce Lance is such a like good athlete. He's kind of runs like he's a quirky athlete. There's a reason he didn't get picked up to go to an SEC or Big Ten school, especially Big Ten school being from like where he's from. But there's a reason because he's like a awkward runner. It doesn't look the most beautiful, but he flies and he's such a good athlete. And the guy he reminds me of is the Andre Yosivas, who was the number 3 receiver on the Bengals, and he came out of Princeton. Also, like track background. Yosivas had a track background, and he was a little bit not. The word is not dysfunctional. It's unorthodox in terms of how they run and like their athletic background, but it works in their ball players. So I think Bryce Lance is an intriguing prospect. I called his route running a bit herky jerky, um, but he's also very simple and sudden at the line of scrimmage, which I like. A lot of guys like he's got like he knows his body and knows his game really well. Like he's got three releases he always goes to that he likes at the line of scrimmage. Like now I'm getting real in the weeds, but you could tell like he's very confident in his own game. So I'm a Bryce Lance. I think Bryce Lance has himself a little NFL career. We'll see how that pans out. He's probably like a day 3 guy. So I probably got a
Future
25%.
Eagle.
You're bought in.
Yeah.
Sweet.
We'll take him in round 5.
Okay. Um, can we talk O-line here, Duska?
I would love to talk
Can
O-line.
I'm just gonna give my takes, and then I
Okay.
want you after every guy, I want you to be like, Charlie, you're wrong, you're not seeing it right, or
All right.
Charlie, I kind of agree with you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. We'll start Blake Miller. So he's 6'7", 317 with 34-inch arms. My plus to him was he's an absolute fucking dog. He just puts guys on his ass. Like he's so physical, and so nasty, and he literally embarrasses people on the field. Like you better bring your shit if you're playing against Blake Miller. Um, the downside is he has completely erratic hand placement, and a lot of his pancakes, he's just dragging them down by like the collarbone or the back of the helmet, and like, I mean, he's super dirty, which I love in my O lineman, but I think like some of it, I'm like, ooh, Trevor Penning, and then others, I'm like, ooh, could be a all pro type of guard. I mean, all pro type of tackle, and he's got the best kind of measurables out of anybody in the class. That's my kind of Blake Miller take.
I like Miller as a prospect. I think the biggest thing for me is he had 54 starts at Clemson. He started as a true freshman. So that's the type of guy you can bring in and he could be a part of your starting 5 right away. I love that. That I think that's the most exciting thing for me as with him as a prospect. I think that first round projections I don't necessarily agree with as much. I think there's other guys that are ranked lower than him that have a lot more potential as pass protectors. And like you mentioned with Trevor Penning, that was the same type of super powerful mauler, a lot of reps under his belt. I think that's an okay comparison. I think Miller's probably a little more athletic and could potentially develop into a better pass protector than hopefully than Penning was able to during his NFL career. But I think
Is Penning
there's
out
if
of the
you're
NFL? Is he not? Is he on
I
any
know
team?
he was. I think he got traded to the Chargers last year. He didn't.
Mhm.
I don't think he played very much, but he got moved to guard and then got traded from the Saints, and then
Got you.
we'll see what happens from there. But I just think there's if you're drafting a tackle in the first round, I think there's other guys. I think it's primarily you want a good pass protector, and I think that there are guys that are behind him that I would rank as having more potential to develop into elite protectors in the NFL. And I think run game blocking in the NFL, it's a lot more technical. You have to be a lot
Hmm.
more efficient with your movements and whatnot. And like you were mentioning with some of Miller's finishes, that's not really that doesn't translate as much to the NFL as you're looking at a
Yeah.
prospect. So I think that technical ability is gonna rule the day, and then athletic potential as well. But I just think Miller's a good prospect, but there's guys behind him that I would prefer.
Okay. Here's my Spencer Fanu, offensive tackle, Utah. He's 6'5", 310 with 32-inch arms. He's a good athlete. I like some of his recovery stuff. Like he'll kind of get like like the edge rusher will get to his back hip and like kind of beat him there. And then he does a really good job deflecting up the field. He's like I think his feet are like a little bit erratic, like his base sometimes. And David Bailey gave him problems, like problems. Like he looked, I mean, David Bailey was in his shit. So like the arm length and striking ability, like he just was not long enough to like control David Bailey. And so he was doing the thing where like he's like faking a hand out, and then David Bailey would just like get around the edge and just like beat him to the back hip, and he would bend. And I think the right team makes Spencer Fanu an awesome guard. That's my take on him.
I don't necessarily disagree. I think that in an ideal scenario, you would get to bump him in, but I think he could be a really good tackle in the NFL. I think it's looking at just the David Bailey tape in particular is tough because Bailey is an elite pass rusher who's I think is going to be able to produce in the NFL right away. He had 15 sacks in college last year. So I think it's hard to judge him just based off of those reps. I think that pass protection is something that you develop more skill in as you get more reps under your belt. So I think for Fano, all of the measurables besides I guess arm length is something that's you wouldn't approve of, but all the measurables I think that I still would play him at tackle. Like kind of like I guess you could compare him to Will Campbell with the arm
Mhm.
length concerns, but I think similar. I've always been pro Campbell at tackle. I think similar to that. That's how I would view Fano as well.
Okay.
And I think his ranking as like the second or third tackle, I think that's
That's
pretty accurate.
okay.
Yeah.
Um, Francis Mauigoa, offensive tackle, Miami. He's 6'5", 330 with 33-inch arms. I basically think he's better Spencer Fanu. He's 30 pounds heavy. He's 20 pounds heavier. He's has better play strength and he's a little bit nastier, which I like. Like he's got a little more like fuck you in him. So I think Mauigoa I think you keep him at tackle. He's an NFL tackle and he's my number one tackle because he's better Fanu, in my opinion.
He's my favorite tackle in the draft by far. I think he's another guy that started as a true freshman, million reps under his belt. And for me, he really reminds me a lot of Troy Fautanu, the Washington tackle that's now on the Steelers, who had a pretty good sophomore season after missing his rookie year. He reminds me a lot of him with just his play style and just super, super athlete
Mm-hmm.
that's going to be able to put himself in positions to win in the NFL. And that's the most important thing is can you get to a spot where you're putting yourself in a position to win because his athletic and physical traits are going to be able to carry that.
Yeah.
And he'll just continue to develop technically as time goes on, as long as he gets in the right situation. So he's by far my favorite prospect.
Okay.
And if I was looking for tackle in the first round, that'd be the guy I'd go to.
Give me two tackles that are so okay. Here's McShay's tackle big board. Mauigoa, Fanu, Proctor, Caden Proctor from Alabama, Blake Miller, Monroe Freeling. Is there a guy past that point to maybe a guy or two? Who are you looking at?
Well, so even dating back to last year, my favorite tackle in this draft, just in terms of probably a little underlooked, but has the most upside.
Wait,
It's
wait.
Max. Oh,
Oh, I was about
go
to
ahead.
okay. No,
What?
I was about to guess that. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ahina Chor from Arizona State, and
yeah.
this dates back to last spring. We were installing plays in one of our meetings, and we had some Arizona State tape on from whatever plays they were running, and I saw the guy number 58 on Arizona State playing, and I was like, wow, this guy, like he's just a really good athlete, and he's pretty technical. Then you look him up and you realize he started playing football when he was like 15 or 16 years old, and I think he's the best athlete by far in terms of just offensive line movements
Mhm.
out of all these guys, maybe with the exception of Maui Noah. And he's just been my favorite prospect with his potential and ability to develop into something in this draft. And you might even be able to sneak him in the second round if teams are lucky.
Yeah.
So I mean, for me, once you get past all those highly touted McShay's top 5, 6, whatever prospects, you get to Ahina Shore. I would have him. He would be like my maybe second or third tackle, probably second,
You
honestly.
think
And
you would go, okay, Maui Goa, and then
Ahinachor, yeah, and then Fanu.
yeah. I
So
mean,
I,
I don't
I
disagree with that.
I'm really high on him. I have been for a while. So and then it's nice because I don't even think he was on big boards last year,
Yeah,
and he played his way into that. So it was satisfying for me because I remember texting you guys that like last spring when we were installing plays and saying that, and now he's at least a day two, a second round guy. So
okay,
that's my number one like can't miss prospect.
okay. Love that, Duska. Arch, we're
Yeah.
gonna let's get Arch in here. Hey, bud, give me some of your guys you like. Obviously, we got Colby Young is one of your guys. Who else?
Are we talking about this? Are we gonna? I have a thing on the O line I want to say real quick.
Dude, please, would love it.
I was gonna say, of all, like I agree with Dustin's Maui Noah. That's my OT1. But I think this might sound funny. I think one tackle the team you stay away from is Monroe Freeling, in my opinion. I
I knew you
I
were going
don't
to say that.
I don't understand his buzz and his rise. Like I feel like there's a few tackles a year where their combine performance kind of pushes him up. And he ran great at the combine. He is he has a lot of tools and like gifted, obviously physically, and like I've seen him mocked all the way to 6 at the Browns. Like I think if you take him at 6 overall, you are not he. I think
Are you unserious if you take him at 6 on the draft, in your opinion?
I don't say unserious, but I think he translate. This isn't that much in depth O line. I don't think he's as athletic enough to play offensive tackle in the NFL. I think he'd play better as a guard solely because I saw time and time again in the SEC. His best highlights were him setting inside to 4 eyes and 3 techniques where he has like guard help. He constantly got beat outside. Like, I mean, I can think of like there's literally 3 times there's the Notre
Notre Dame
Dame
strip sack.
the Notre Dame strip sack 2 years ago. Last year, the snap count against Ole Miss, another sack. Like there's time and time again he gets beat on speed rushes outside, and they're like not competitive. He sets and then he realizes he's effed, and then he starts running toward like he turns and he loses his base. And I don't think that's an offensive tackle you should draft in the first round. I do think he could be a great guard in the NFL. I just don't think he's athletic enough to play tackle.
Okay, I like that. Give me a name you do like though. Not doesn't have to be an offensive tackle. Anyone?
One guy that I'm really high on. I mean, this is going to sound biased because I already talked about Colby Young. Oscar Delp, I think, is going to translate to be a great NFL tight end. He is so unbelievably athletic, and it does suck that like you were talking about the short end of the stick. It sucked our quarterback at Georgia couldn't read the middle of the field last year because Delp was wide open time and time again. He's not a guy. I think like it's kind of like tools. He's a guy that his production was not. It was in spite of him that he got that little production. It wasn't it was in spite of others. It wasn't his fault that he didn't produce more. It was because he had opportunities and they didn't find him. Like I don't think that's a guy that you look his production and you blame him. You could blame the system as a whole. Like if he would have gotten more touches and opportunities, he would easily be the most like producing tight end. I mean he's played 3 years at Georgia or 4 and he started 3 of them. Like he's got all the experience in the world. And I think he's going to be a great NFL tight end.
He's like classic white guy tight end. Like he looks like pretty shredded, up the seam. He's great, good hands, runs well. Could probably get a little better at blocking, but that comes in the NFL or it doesn't. But yeah, no, I like Delp a lot. Do you have any non-Georgia players, or are we just
Okay,
like,
yes, I do.
Do you like CJ? Do you like what's his?
Okay, well, actually, it's hard not to put all these guys on my favorite guys.
Is it CJ Allen next?
No, he's not because I had to
Okay.
limit it. I limited it to Georgia guys.
I like it. Okay. Okay.
I'd say one guy I really like is well, it's kind of a mix. Like quarterbacks after Mendoza, you're basically just like stabbing at it, trying to like.
Oh, I got one.
I like Ty Simpson a lot. Like obviously, I know who you're going to talk about, Chuck. I like Ty Simpson a lot. Like we talked about him all year. I think he was one of the better quarterbacks in the country last year. Probably like I think he played better than Mendoza at times, but after about October he didn't. But him and then this is this classic ties into the college football. Sawyer Robertson.
You've been on him. You've been on him.
I don't know if he will ever play a snap in the NFL. I doubt it. He ever
CFL
will.
MVP. He could be.
Yeah, but he rocks, and I would love to see a team draft him and put him at like a service guy
Hey,
to see what happens.
you know what we say? Big 12 QBs. All of a sudden, they go to the NFL, get a run game. They're like, "Whoa, what's this?" They get a defense. Like, "Whoa, what's this?"
Yeah,
So
especially in his case.
yeah, especially in his case, I think that's a good take. I'll give my I guess I'll go with my quarterback. I love a quarterback. I have a whole write up on my my draft analysis. Cole Payton. We're going back to North Dakota State. North Dakota State, we've had Carson Wentz. We've had who's the backup? Who's the backup at
Easton Stick.
Easton Stick? We've got Trey Lance. Didn't pan out per se, but every preseason game, Trey Lance gives us something, no doubt. Every year in the
He
preseason.
looked good last year in the
Yeah.
preseason.
Yes, exactly. He gave us something. Okay. Cole Payton is a 5-year North Dakota State player, and he only started his 5th year. So to show you what type of high character man he is, that'll show you, dude. He's 6'2" and a half, 330, and I cannot say enough good things about this guy. So we talked about how Cam Miller. Oh, we also Cam Miller's the backup for the Raiders right now. So he was behind Cam Miller for 3 years, which is why he didn't play. But dude, if you want to go watch his tape, he was basically like what Tebow was freshman year before when who was Chris who was the guy that played ahead of Tebow when they won the Natty? Chris number 12. Leak. Chris Leak or whatever.
Chris Lee,
Yeah, I think it's Leak. Anyway, basically he's like what Tebow was. Like we'll throw you in on like 4th and 3, or we'll throw you in on P and 10, and like you're gonna run QB power, or like you're gonna run read option. And that was, or you're like all the goal line sets, like it was Cole Payton ball. Dude, some of the runs he had were electric, like running over linebackers, stiff arm, crazy athleticism. And then what I love the most is the way his teammates, like when Cole Payton would score when he was the backup quarterback on a rush, dude, they mobbed him. At any point in the game, like whether they were down 5 or they were up 50, the teammates were mobbing him. Like it just seemed like the body language doctor here. It just seemed like they fucking love this guy. Okay, so I have a couple plays on the document if anybody wants to go check them out. Did I share it with you, Duska? No, I will though. Anyway, let me finish my rant before I do. Okay, dude, his arm talent is really good. It's really good. He's like he throws the ball on time. It's accurate. There's a lot of distance to his balls. I mean, he threw a bunch of Bryce Lance deep balls where like it's beautiful. It's perfect football. And yeah, I absolutely love this guy. I think he's a lefty, right?
I think maybe. Yes, he is. Yes,
Yeah.
he is.
Yeah. I don't know why I just second guessed myself. Yeah, he is a lefty, Duska. It's fucking beautiful. He
Love
throws
that.
a laser football. And okay, and this is where my final take is. Like everybody is looking for the next Drake May or the next Josh Allen. This guy exists. Now he's more of a rough around the edges, and you're gonna need to throw him in a good coaching system for 2 years to get this out of him. But dude, there's a guy with that type of upside sitting there in the 3rd round. And I'm a big Cole Payton guy because of that. So Cole Payton, I said for his sake, I hope he doesn't go to the Steelers because we will find a way to butcher his game. But also, please Steelers, draft this guy. I think you can ease this guy in via short yardage stuff and then unleash him year 2 or year 3. Consistent offensive play calling is going to be a big factor for Cole Payton's career. That's my write up, my final verdict of him.
Sounds like a team like the Atlanta Falcons could add some fun dynamic to their quarterback room by taking a guy like that. Think of three lefties in one QB room. Could you
Yep.
imagine?
And our right tackle just retired. I mean, he would. It's great. Things are going great. We might as well just add another one.
Could you imagine a 3 left-handed QB room in the NFL though? Come on.
Does that ever happen? Ever? I
No.
feel like 2 is pushing it. Like I don't
Yeah.
think 2 has really happened much.
I think
Yeah.
that's smart though, because if people don't know, if you're a left-handed quarterback, the ball spins differently. It spins the other way.
Yep.
So
Tails this way, not that way.
when Falcons receivers and tight ends are practicing, they're going to get only left-handed balls, which is, I think, or we might be sleeping on that factor. Also, Arch, I would love for you to maybe give us a minute or two on Carson Beck and his prospects as an NFL player?
Well, obviously, I think we joke about it a lot, or we did talk about it. With the whole who is that? Oh, Dante
Cavender?
Moore.
Oh.
Oh, no, I was gonna say Dante
Never mind.
with quarterbacks that like wait too long to come out and their stock is tanked. Carson Beck is a great example of that to me. I think if he came out 2 years ago after his junior year at Georgia, like I remember he was mocked to the Steelers in like every single mock draft, like before he decided to return. And then this is what happens. You got older and you got worse. So that's unfortunate for him. I think he's gonna be I think he's gonna be a fine backup quarterback in the NFL if his ego could allow that. So I don't know. I mean, I like him I've never hated him. I think he's a good quarterback. I think it'll also depend on what system he goes into. Hot take. Well, I guess it's kind of. I would like to see him get drafted by the Browns. I know it'd be kind of purgatory because him and Shedeur and Dylan Gabriel and all that. But Todd Monken is there, and Todd Monken worked with him at UGA before. And I think that'd be a good landing spot because I think it's going to be all about Beck's development with how far he goes.
It's a good deep cut, Arch.
Like that.
With how he goes as a NFL quarterback.
Like
but
that.
I mean, when you're like a mid-round pick, you're not expecting anything as a quarterback. But like, I think if he gets a good coach, I think you could really maximize how much you can get out of him.
I like it. Can we talk defensive backs real quick? Because I have two guys in my defensive two of my five that I picked are in the corners. So one, Mansour Delane, the Virginia Tech LSU corner. He's awesome. Like legitimately awesome. The best way I can describe him is like Trent McDuffie, like average sized with like fine ball skills, but one of the best. Like he literally, like, if you put him on a basketball floor, he would cover the other team's point guard and make their night completely miserable because the way his hips they're so fluid, and the way he just like knows space and he cuts off angles, he takes beautiful angles, he pursues the football. Mansour Delane is my favorite type of cornerback. He can tackle. He's like a willing tackler. So I think he's the best corner in the draft. He's going to be the first one taken off the board, and I don't think it's very close. So that's like my shoe-in. That was like the first round guy I chose for the graphic Archer's going to make. Like Mansour Delane is awesome. I think he's Trent McDuffie, but wearing LSU colors. This is the problem I have with the rest of the DB draft room. I know we went to college with this guy's brother, and that could make people think that I'm biased here, but Dalen Everett being ranked as low as he is insane to me. I cannot understand what we are looking at. I'm going to go through. Like Todd McShay has Chris Johnson, the San Diego State quarterback, as his number 2 ranked corner. I thought he was so average watching him. Like I have no idea how this guy's rated higher than Dalen Everett. Most of his film is just him playing cover 4, cover 3, and then he'll get run by and then catch up and the ball's underthrown. Like he's got good zone feel. And whenever he's
average Mountain West quarterback ability right there.
What up? Yeah, the Mountain West, like, dude, he just gets run by, the ball comes, and then the ball like hits him in the back, and he just goes like this. Dude, like seatbelt. Like, dude. Anyway, he doesn't play any man coverage. It's all zone stuff. His ball skills are good when he's facing the quarterback. So, like, when somebody runs a slant and he gets to break on it, he's got good ball skills. But when he's in trail technique and he's got to play the football with his back turned to the quarterback, it's a shit show. He never turns his eyes back and looks for the football. He's like super erratic. He panics. I don't love what I see from him. He's also kind of a fake tackler. He does the thing where like he makes the tackle, but he's not really trying to he's trying to like use the sideline to his help, and he's not like a dog. Like Avion Terrell is trying to fuck you up. Like Dalen Everett comes in to like tackle you, like legitimately get you on the ground with no help from his buddies. So like I just didn't see a ton of like from Chris Johnson. Like to me, I see like a high level athlete playing against lesser athletes and not being tested. Like NFL teams, you don't just sit and cover 4 all day and like let the game happen. Like you are asked to do a lot of shit, and there's a lot of motion, and you got to play man coverage, you got to play cover 2. So I would like him more. And also he didn't play in the slot at all. So he's also not very versatile. Like Dalen Everett played in the slot. Avion Terrell played in the slot. Chris Johnson played zero slot, which brings me to the next DB I have a problem with, which is the number 4 cornerback on Todd McShay's draft list. It's Jermon McCoy, and Jermon McCoy was out all this year with an ACL injury, and his 2024 tape is super mid. He's a really good like man coverage corner. So like he's long, lengthy. He wants to just shadow you all day. He wants to shadow you. He wants no part in the run game. He can't blitz. You can't put him in the slot. He's like a one-dimensional. I'm gonna play out here. Don't tell me what the call is. I'm gonna play man coverage and I'm gonna run with my guy, which is like valuable. But to me, it's not as valuable as having a guy like I'm gonna keep bringing him up, Dalen Everett, where you corner blitz, put him in the slot, corner nickel blitz, put him in the slot at 8 yards back. He can play catch technique. He can play man technique. The one thing Dalen's not great at is when he plays cover 2. He's got a little bit, he's like not super comfortable playing. You got to play from the line of scrimmage all the way to 22 yards. And his feel in there is like questionable. But when he does get beat in zone, he's got awesome recovery speed. He ran like a 4.34 in the 40. And he's like super physical. He like wants to play football and wants to be physical. So I am a little bit perplexed on the cornerback rankings and how people are just like, oh yeah, like Chris Johnson and Jermon McCoy, like shoo-ins, which, dude, they could end up in the right scheme. I just think they're very scheme dependent. If I was a defensive coordinator, like give me a guy like Avion Terrell or Dalen Everett any day. Because like you're getting maybe 90% of the coverage skills with way more versatility. And like in today's game, like I think versatility is huge for defenses because defenses are playing like, dude, nobody plays the same unless you're the Steelers. You play 14 different coverages in the game, right? So long rant, sorry for that, but I'm like a big Dalen Everett, Avion Terrell guy, and I don't understand some of the cornerback rankings.
Yeah, I was going to say I agree with the Everett. I'm mad that Chuck. Well, also I'm not because I would have had 3 UGA guys in my list. It would have been egregious. But Dalen Everett, I think another thing that's key with like when you're looking at prospects, how much they develop. I think that matters too. Like not where they are, but where they work. In Dalen Everett's I believe it's only been 4 years at UGA. His development year after year was like astronomical. Like he got thrown into the fire as a freshman, had some tough moments. Sophomore year did as well. His junior and senior year tape, like Chuck touched on it, he's a big game football player. Like the biggest plays in any big Georgia game has came from him. The ball finds him. He finds the ball. And I think that I don't know how you quantify that in a prospect of like the big game player, but I think that has to matter because his best moments were in the biggest spots, and I think that matters.
Yeah, dude, there's a guy. His name's Brandon. It's Cisse. So Cece or Sissy. Cease. He's a DB from South Carolina, and he's ranked ahead of Dalen Everett. And like, he literally pedals like his back pedal. He's like really high. He's literally like it looks like he's not a defensive back. It's not like a fluid like he's like really high in his pedal. He's like he's super erratic in his pedal, and he's like a motor guy. Like he'll show up in the right spot and then he'll like just miss the tackle because he's coming in too fast. He's like one of those players, like a little bit too like sometimes you're like, wait, you should actually be trying a little less hard because like you were in position to make the play and then you ran yourself out of position to make the play. So like that guy is ranked higher than Dalen Everett. And I'm like, what? He's like literally a special teamer, like good, like great special teamer. This what's his name? Cease. Cease. Okay. Well, Cease. I like Cease. Cease is good. Cease versatile. Cease probably not outside corner, but Cease is going to be a really good gunner in the NFL. But he's ranked ahead of Dalen
C,
Everett.
short E. Cease.
But he's ranked ahead of Dalen Everett, and I just don't see that at all. Sorry for my corner rant. I love cornerbacks. It's my favorite position to grade and watch.
I have a fun game. Do we have any other structured topics or
Nope.
are we just
I would like to bring
here?
up one other DB real quick. A lot of my scouting is unfortunately done by how I viewed them in college, which is like fine, I guess. I don't know if it translates well to the NFL. But AJ Halsey's a safety from LSU that I shouted out whenever LSU was playing Clemson to start the year in the battle of the 2 best teams in the country by some, apparently. I said that he was a great safety transfer from Houston, and I thought he was going to be a pivotal part of that game. And it turns out their transfer Monsoor Delane that you touched on was the star of that game. But AJ Halsey had a great season. Like he's more of a box safety. He's not going to
Yeah.
be a guy that he's not going to be Earl Thomas for you that's dropping back and getting 4 interceptions a season and playing good zone.
Box
But
safeties, they're in. That is
Yeah.
an in. Even Worry is in.
So he's going to be one of my guys. I really liked him at Houston. He was like a fun college safety to me. I thought in college safety he's kind of a lost art. I feel like a lot of them just kind of suck now. But he was one of those box safeties that would come down and hit you, and I think he's going to be good. I think he's going to be a good player in the NFL, and I think he's going to be drafted pretty high. And I know there's a few that Sperry wanted to mention if you
go.
want to throw those guys in there. The Toledo guy, I forget his name.
Yeah, I watched him today.
He literally looks exactly like Nick Emmanuel, like build-wise. He's literally like the same, like height and like build.
Yeah,
but
dude, he doesn't tackle like Emmanuel. Not at all.
Yeah.
He's like he tackles and goes like this, which is not good in the NFL. That's like how you get ran over. That's how you get injuries. Like you got to be chin up or running through thigh boards. Like that's the thing I think the safety position has lost a little bit is like the ability to tackle. Like Caleb Downs tackles so well. That's what makes him awesome, right? Like he comes down hills and like he doesn't blow you up. He's not trying to use his shoulder. He's using like his chest, face mask, shoulders, and face and hands and bringing in like collapsing you like a wrestler, right? So football's losing that a little bit, which I hope we get back to. Like if I'm ever a youth football coach one day, like we're going to take the pads off and do rugby tackling drills for 30 minutes every day because there's nothing more valuable than being a good tackler because I wasn't one and I wish I was. Like I remember my first day, 8th grade football, first day of football ever. Nobody told me anything. We just went right into live drills. I said, how do I do this? So I just started like hitting like a hockey player, no wrapping up, putting my shoulder in harm's way. Didn't even get coached. Like, all right, here we go. I guess this is how you do it. No, not how you do it. So just my side tangent. But dude, what's his name? McNeil, right?
Yeah.
McNeil.
McNeil Warren, overrated. Give me Halsey. Okay, Duska, go.
Sam he can't respond to that, but
I know.
All right.
He's a
This is
playmaker,
gonna
dude.
be-
He made a great play on the sideline snow game. Like, dude, literally outstretched, like really good playmaker. Keep going.
This is a segment that I think is fun. We've done this a few times. It's just a who would you rather have type segment here. We'll start at the quarterback position.
Okay.
Would you rather have Drew Aller or Taylon Green?
Aller. Taylon Green is going to stink like shit. He's going to be a receiver in the NFL. I'm sorry.
Dude,
great.
Give me Taylon Green.
Dude, there's no chance Drew Aller's good, right? So you're either saying like there's no chance or like there's a 5% chance Taylon Green figures it out. You know what I'm saying? Like
I don't think there's no chance. Okay, then I'm going to be eating my words about Aller. No, okay, fine. I see what you're saying. Because I hate Drew Aller, but I just
like which one would you rather?
When's the last time a quarterback ran a 4.3? Come on. He can just run around, guys.
Lamar, we saw it. And Lamar's way better. I mean, dude, the Taylon Green Arkansas tape is literally like it's like me playing NCAA quarterback. It's like, holy shit, what a play. And then the next play, like I just throw it to the linebacker and you're like, what is he doing? That's exactly what Taylon Green's playing.
We're going to be talking about Byron Brown in literally 1 year, just like this. If he makes it through the season as Auburn starter.
We'll see about that.
I don't know if y'all saw his spring game tape and his interceptions. He threw a no-look interception. It was like the worst thing I've ever seen.
Oh,
it's just practice. Doesn't count.
I didn't see that.
Oh, it does. It does.
Dude, his throwing motion is so bad.
Oh,
not Taylon Green. What's his name? Yeah, Byron Brown. His throwing motion is horrible.
It's putrid.
Okay, Duska, next one.
All right. Would you rather have Katron Allen or Nicholas Singleton?
Ooh, intriguing. You answer this one first.
I'm gonna go Katron Allen. I think he profiles as more of an NFL running back.
I am gonna say Nick Singleton because he stiff-armed me to hell. He's also a great athlete. And I think he's a guy that I think they're very similar. I think dude, imagine like Singleton comes in the game. He's like your spill back. Like, shit, this guy runs hard, you know? Like I think that's how I see Nick Singleton. I think they both could be good. I think Singleton's explosivity could be a fun number 2 back, like a like, oh, Tyler Algier's in the game. Like he's got some juice, that type of thing.
He did have juice, Arch.
Who?
Algier.
Algier. I just
Yeah.
compared Nick Singleton to like Algier. Like, oh,
Oh,
juice.
no, I just said, no, I don't know who you were talking about with Juice, if it was Singleton or
No, no,
Algier.
Singleton. I mean, no. Oh, yeah, no, Algier. But I'm saying Singleton could be like that number 2 back. Where you're like, oh, that guy's got juice.
Yeah, I agree. I'm sad he's not on the Falcons anymore.
Yeah, it sucks. Okay, who do you got? Singleton or
All right.
KJ Allen?
I think I'll probably take Singleton just because he's a bigger body. I think,
Is he?
I don't know if Bill, I think he is, right?
Uh,
He weighs more. He weighs
does
more, I
he?
think. I
'Cause
believe,
their
I
running
picture him more
styles.
as I picture him more as maybe my limited Penn State watching the 2 years before. I pictured Katron Allen as more of I feel like he was more like the third down back style, and I thought that Nick Singleton had a bigger body that was built to last. I don't know if
They
that
are
even
they are like virtually the same size. Singleton's slightly bigger.
just forget
No, no,
my
no,
comment.
no, 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 no. But no, they're yeah, okay. But their running styles, like Singleton's more of like just like run and it's
Yeah.
less like patient. And Katron Allen's like methodically working his way into the line of scrimmage. Like they completely
Yes, that's why I
different
thought they were
styles.
different sizes because Singleton would run through you, like you were talking about. Allen would he was very patient. He would find Le'Veon Bell esque
Yeah,
patience.
most overused term in football. Guy looks like Le'Veon
Kenneth
Bell.
Kenneth Walker. Basically Le'Veon Bell. All right. Next one. Arch already mentioned this guy, but I think this is a fun one. Would you rather have Oscar Delp or Max Clare?
Delp.
Dope. Claire Slow.
I'm going Clare.
I like Claire. I like
I
his
like Clare.
cal. I like his.
I think I
Cal,
like a
I
lot
like
of these
his.
tight ends this year.
I like
I
his
don't think
Cal
there's
tape better.
many. I don't know if there's any bad tight ends that I like the
I love
the first
Stowers.
seven.
I'm very excited about Stowers.
Dude,
Eli
Stowers is
Stowers.
awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
I think he's
Him
going to be a fantastic Eagle.
who else is it? The Texas one, Endres or whatever, the guy that was
Yeah.
came from Cal. There's a lot of tight ends that they should replace all these old white tight ends that are still in the NFL that are they just that block well because a lot of these guys Claire's a bigger body.
I mean,
I don't know if
I meant
about
to
his
say
blocking
Claire
ability.
Purdue, his Purdue tape, not the Cal. I fucked that up. You're right though, Arch.
But I think there's a lot of really good tight ends. It's a deep tight end class in my opinion. The top
Yeah.
10 I think are pretty. Obviously, there's Sadiq, Delp, and then all the rest of them. But
Eli Stowers' sister is like the best volleyball player on Texas A&M, and they won the Natty. Just fun fact.
he was at A&M at first.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, absolute animal family genetics. But I like Stowers a lot, dude. He was awesome for Vandy. He was their A tier target.
Mhm.
Okay, Duska, do you have another one?
Sure, we can do another one. Would you rather have Akeem Mesidor or TJ Parker?
Keem Mesidor.
Duska?
Yeah, I'd say Mesidor as well for all the reasons stated earlier.
Yeah,
I think Parker's an underrated edge, though.
Ooh, I got one.
What do you got?
Jadarian Price or Mike Washington Jr. from Arkansas.
I saw Price play a lot more, so I'm just gonna lean towards him. He was a second running back that was basically a first running back. So I'll go Price.
I'm going to say Price. The only reason why Washington is as high is because he ran a good 40, in my opinion.
I think
Price is a better football player.
Yeah, I did a little bit of a breakdown on Mike Washington Jr. I like his movement skills a lot, and he's so fast, but he doesn't have the twitch, so he's not making a bunch of guys miss. He's more of north-south, powerful runner, hit the hole, run through your face, or hit green grass. But he's not that's not him.
Well, I have a good one.
Okay, go. I'm going Price with that.
Jacob Rodriguez or CJ Allen? Arch, you can answer first.
You already know what I'm going to say, dude. Come on. That's CJ Allen, baby.
I'm gonna go Jacob Rodriguez. I think he's just always around the football, always knows how to make the play, and I like him overall, just as a football player and as a playmaker.
am I missing something or like why is Bryce Betcher like nobody's like dude, he's like day 3. He's on nobody's big boards. Like he's so deep in the he's like McShay's 11th or 12th best linebacker. I love Bryce Betcher. I was so surprised. I was like, dude, this guy's an athlete. They're calling him like I mean, dude, classic white guy, but I don't know. Any of these guys play Division 1 baseball and hit over 300? I don't know. Anybody have
Probably
a
not.
plus 800 OPS? And then they have 128 tackles? I don't know. He's had back-to-back 100 tackle seasons, 138, which is ridiculous. He's also an Astros draft pick in 2024. I just thought he would get a little more buzz, but I guess it is a deep linebacker class. Like when you look at these names, it's like Sonny Styles, awesome. Rodriguez, awesome. Jake Galladay from Cincinnati, not that familiar. CJ Allen at 4, which, dude, CJ Allen's awesome. I mean, dude, he is like Bobby Wagner. That's my comp.
The Bobby Wagner comp.
Well, dude, it's because Bobby Wagner's like a little bit kind of like slow and he's not like your sideline to sideline linebacker. And then all of a sudden he's just like shoving guys off and like making every play in the box. And you're like, dude, what is happening? How is this guy doing this? He's like so slow and like weirdly constructed. He
The
looks like a
6-time All-Pro linebacker comp. Oh, also subtract one of those. We all know
fake
the deal
ass,
with that. Yeah.
broad ass. Oh, okay. But I don't know. I think that's kind of good. What's Bobby Wagner's height and weight?
He is 6 foot 240.
Dude, that's literally CJ Allen. So I don't know. That's all I'm saying. I like CJ Allen. I would go Allen. You got another one?
No, none that are that intriguing.
I got one. This is an
Ooh.
interesting one. It's going to be about, well, I guess fill in the blank on, because I'm really high on a guy that we didn't mention for the DBs, D'Angelo Pons, the
Mm,
Indiana
mm,
guy.
hmm
Would you rather him or like, I mean, all those corners are like pretty, like after, God, who's the first one?
Delane.
Delane. After him, it's kind of like, it's
Shit
who,
show.
like, who's the guy you want? Like,
hmm hmm
and so if like fill in the blank, him, like I think Everett and Pons are like 2 and 3 of my opinion of like guys that I would draft. I know Pons is very undersized, but like
Dude, I think the
so,
4 best players are okay, 5 best. To me it would be Delane, Colton Hood, in no particular order. Delane 1, and then in no particular order, Colton Hood, D'Angelo Pounds, Avion Terrell, and then Dalen Everett. Those would be so anybody not in that list, I wouldn't take. Like I wouldn't take Jermon McCoy. I wouldn't take Chris Johnson. I wouldn't take Brendan Cease. Keontae Scott being like a corner, it's like, dude, he's not a corner. He's playing nickel. Like dude, can we please, for the love of God, like as a football community, can we just call them a nickel? The position has existed for like 10 years and we still are like cornerback Keontae Scott. And it's like, he's obviously not a cornerback. He is a
is that
nickelback.
the one from Miami, right?
Yes, he
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
play corner. Can we please make that because like Brian Branch came out and they listed him as a safety, but then Keontae Scott comes out and they list him as a corner. Like, can we just make the nickel position and just live with it? And if they end up switching, like, we'll live with that.
I like that take. It's like when they used to classify edge rushers as outside linebackers. And like they
Or
still do that
DN.
to an
DN.
extent, but
It's like, bro, they
yeah.
call him an edge. I like that.
Yeah.
It's the edge of the
Yeah.
defense. However you want to fucking the 3-4, 4-3, 3-3-5, like doesn't matter.
I would hate when they would refer to DNs as either like a linebacker or like edger. They would say they're because there's truly like there's like 4 techniques that aren't edges. They're like the first 2 downs of like they're run stopping edges, like basically DNs.
Mhm.
And people would be like he's an edge and he only had 2 sacks in college. Like, pal, he was not playing edge rusher. They have
Yeah.
him as an edge rusher in the draft, and then some casual is going to be like he only had 3 sacks. He can't be good at. And you're like, well, you're drafting him to be a 4 technique. You're not drafting him to be damn Abdul Carter and rush off the edge.
Okay, so you would like another class. So we need 2 classifications. We need a nickel and we
Well,
need a DN versus edge.
Well, we need to
'cause
we need to redefine what an outside linebacker is too, because that's could also be a nickel depending on your
Oh my
defensive
gosh, you're
structure.
right. That's so fucked. Yeah, technically TJ Watt and Keontae Scott are classified could be classified as the same in some schools of thought, some defenses. Like if you play 3-3-5 and TJ Watt's like the 3-4 and you're considering him fourth guy, Keontae Scott, you're considering the fourth guy. Whatever.
Like if you tossed me on a whiteboard and like told me to draw up a look, I'm just gonna put S for like Sam linebacker, or like
Yes.
that could be your nickel, your field linebacker.
hmm
But if you're playing like a traditional 4-2, then that third linebacker, he could either be a nickel corner, he could be a Sam, like he could
He
be
could be a safety.
you could classify it a lot of ways. So
Oh, you're saying the four. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly. So that's why, dude, let's just make the nickel a position. That's my petition. Brian Branch. We knew he was playing nickel, guys. Keontae.
Cooper DeJean.
Well, that's the thing about DeZine, though. They moved him into nickel because he played outside corner.
Yeah, but
We knew.
I think everyone in the draft process knew that's what was
Yeah.
going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Sweet.
What pick do the Falcons have? Are there
0 in the first round.
Yeah, I noticed that. Oh, because they traded for James Pierce last year,
Yeah.
right?
Good
Yeah.
trade.
That was a good trade, except he's not going to play this year.
Yes, he is. Dude, the NFL doesn't give a fuck. Shit, dude. I'm so sick of people saying he's not going to play.
He'll be out for 4 games and then be back.
Buddy, I don't even know if the NFL – it is really quiet on his front. I honestly would not be shocked.
You think he's available week 1?
I don't think so, but I wouldn't be shocked at this rate. Like, the NFL is, like, not – the Falcons have not made a single statement. He still has a locker in the facility. Like, he still shows up.
Well, he's not – no chance
Who?
he's getting cut.
James Pierce. But, like, the NFL hasn't even, like, done anything. Like,
0% chance he gets cut.
oh, yeah, no. People were saying the Falcons should cut him to like prove a point. And I was like, well, when he gets reinstated and then the Saints sign him and he starts fucking us up, y'all are gonna look like idiots. Whenever like another team uses him and he's a damn beast.
James Pierce.
And we in no way endorse his actions. Completely disavow everything that he did.
I think it's wrong, but I don't think the NFL punishes it. That's all. So
Yeah.
No doubt. But this as a unified front podcast, disavow his actions.
agreed. Although there is stuff coming out that the case is unraveling, so we'll see if he actually does get in trouble.
So if the allegations are true, disavow. We'll leave it at that.
Yes.
That's good. Duska, any interior O lineman? I've been seeing a lot of
my favorite interior O
Ione.
lineman in this draft is, I think Ione is good, but Keelan Rutledge is my favorite interior O lineman from Georgia Tech. Just if you look at the amount of like gap scheme, power read, if you look at the Georgia Tech offense, he just excels at a lot of things that you want your guards to be able to do. I think he's a solid protector, and then he's just going to roll you off the ball in the run game. So he's my favorite guard prospect. I think Ione is good, obviously, but just preference in watching guys play, I lean towards Keelan Rutledge, and I wouldn't be surprised if he snuck into round 1.
Trivia: do you know where he went to school before Georgia Tech?
I do. Middle Tennessee.
Yeah,
I do.
I did not.
He's a North Georgia guy.
Oh, you know who I like, Duska? Chase Bisontis. I really liked him at Texas A&M.
I mean, he's played like a million games, so
yeah.
I'm sure he'll be productive I'm sure he'll start pretty quick in the NFL.
Yeah. Okay, last thing, I guess, before we get out of here. With your team's first round pick, actually, I got one thing. Lee Hunter is one of my guys. Lee Hunter, defensive tackle from Texas Tech and UCF. He's got feet like a ballerina, and he's 330 pounds. So his pass rushing bag is not all that developed, but gosh, is he good in the run game. And I love his game. So
I think in the same light, I think that Caleb Banks from Florida, who didn't really produce a lot in college, I think he's got a lot of potential as a NFL player, and he was giving guys issues at the Senior Bowl. So in that same way, I think Lee Hunter a little more proven, a little more production out of him, but Caleb Banks, the measurables are pretty impressive, and I think that in the right situation, he could develop into a really good player.
Sweet. Arch, who do you want the Falcons to draft?
Well, with our second round pick, I don't know, probably a receiver. Lord knows we need one. I would probably say a receiver. Depends on who's available. Anywhere from like Concepcion. I think like Concepcion will be available there, maybe. Who even knows? Because I mean, there's a lot. Like Jordan Tyson has potential to slide because the injuries, but if he slides out of the first round, I don't really see that happening.
All right, pick two guys, everybody. Pick two guys. Jeremy Bernard, Deshaun Stribling, Chris Bell, Antonio Williams, Zach Branch.
Branch and Stribling.
Let's say Bernard and Bell.
Branch.
I
do
like
like
Branch though. I think, yeah, I like Branch too. He was one of my guys.
I like Antonio Williams a lot. Branch Williams. I think all those guys are awesome receivers, and this is why second round receivers do very well in the NFL. This is the second round players are really good, so I always think there's a lot of value in those. Don't just turn the draft off after pick 31, 32. Duska, you got somebody for the Eagles?
Well, I think that it's going to be difficult to know just because there's a high likelihood that AJ Brown gets traded at this point. So
Yeah,
if you're looking in the receiver department in the first round, like who would be available after if they're pick 23 right now? I don't know the pick implications
dude.
of a trade.
If you guys got Omar Cooper Jr., that would be
I would be satisfied with that. I think he's a really good player. Um, if we could land a guy like Sadiq, I don't know if he would slide
Oh yeah,
to
yeah.
I don't know if he would slide to the
I saw him get mocked there by Josh Pate.
23 spot, but I would love a player. I think we definitely go offense. I think our defense is young and they don't really have a lot of holes in that area. They drafted linebacker in the first round last year, so I think that you have to go offense. You can never go wrong with the offensive lineman. If they ended up with a guy like Proctor or like I don't love the guys after Fanu, to be honest, with like where they're projected at. So
What
I
if
think
they
that could be
reached on
tough.
Aina Chor?
I mean, I would be very excited about that. I don't know if that's realistic. I think he's probably just going to get drafted in the second day, but never say never in that area. But I think definitely offense and all your bases are covered. So you're looking at receiver, tight end, or offensive line. So I think ideally Sadiq. If you can't get to him, I would love like an Omar Cooper, or if somehow, some way you're able to move up, maybe draft offensive lineman. I would take Maui Noah, but I don't think that's as realistic. He'll probably be off the board pretty quickly. So
All right. Steelers, Ione from Penn State. Or Omar
hmm.
Cooper Jr. I think those are
I think if the Steelers, sorry, not to interrupt you,
no
but
go.
like the Steelers, the way you of Sam have talked about this upcoming season, with you wanting them to be bad and be in a good position to draft a QB, I think why would you not just keep stacking offensive linemen? Like, why would you not take another first round
Mm-hmm.
O lineman
Mm-hmm.
here?
Mm-hmm.
So
We're probably not taking Cooper Jr. because we got Michael Pittman with the most confusing signing of the 20th century. Oh yeah, here's Pittman. It's like, oh, all right. So we got two really big receivers.
it's like when
We're
it's like when
just
the
you go.
Bengals had Chad Ochocinco and To together,
Yeah. Like
Pittman and Metcalf.
Pittman Metcalf. Like we're just staring down the barrel of 7 to 9 wins. Like we're staring
Yeah,
down
that
it.
would be worst case scenario.
Like, bro, why? Why? I don't even care. I really don't. Like, I'm sick and tired of arguing with Steeler fans who are like, we got a chance this year. Like, no, we don't. We don't have a chance this year. We never have a chance. Just because we can beat the Browns and play like a mid-schedule and beat the bottom feeders of the NFL, it doesn't mean we're good. Eight
Doesn't mean
wins
you're
to
beating the Texans during Super
no
Wild Card weekend.
fucking. I literally can't. I can't stand talking to Steeler fans. Like, I mean, dude, Will Howard. Like, sweet. I hope we win
Oh
three
my
games with
gosh.
him. I hope. I mean, that'd be awesome if Will Howard's good, but even
What
if
if
he's
Will Howard's literally Tom Brady?
sick, I mean, wonderful. We got to play him though. We have to be willing to be bad in order to find that out. You know, we can be like, oh, let's be ass. Will Howard, go in there, bud.
I
Oh,
feel like McCarthy's not the type of hire that you make when you want to be bad though. Like
no,
I
no,
feel like
no. Dude, the
there's
Roonies don't
guaranteed wins in hiring Mike McCarthy.
the Roonies are first off geriatric. Second off, really good family friends with my family in the north side of Pittsburgh. Like them and the Mills, like they were always good to my family and my grandpa. And they got him his first coaching job. So like I respect the Roonies a lot, but like
Where are
they
the free tickets though at the Roonies?
yeah, but simply all of their wealth is tied up in the Steelers. And when that is the case, like you aren't willing to spend the type of money that it takes to even in a cap league, like the NFL is about the Rams and about, you know, not a, it's about teams that are willing to spend money. It's not about the Steelers. And we're sadly like we just don't have the ownership that's willing to spend that type of money. So until then, but they're cool with the cash flow of the Steelers. Like you're just we're gonna win 9 games, sell out the crowd, and
At least the Pirates are going to start spending.
we have, we have. We up the ante. We're in the luxury tax this year.
That's yeah. I
100,
mean, they're better. They're literally better than the Phillies. So
127. Sadly, our fucking hockey team isn't though.
there's always trade offs.
What a world we live in.
Did you see? Did you see the graphic they put up during the game the other day?
Who?
Like third period. It
Yeah,
was like
bro. They
last
went
playoff
on this,
wins.
dude. I'm so
Last
glad. I'm
playoff
so
wins for
glad.
Pittsburgh teams. It
I'm
was
so glad.
2018
2018
Pens versus the
Flyers,
Flyers, 16 Steelers, and then
13.
2013 Pirates.
I'm so glad they put that on there because the Pittsburgh sports fan base, we have to realize like we're actually not that good. We're kind of in shambles, but we hold ourselves to such high standards without actually demanding high standards.
They're
Like,
no longer. You guys are no longer title town.
no, hell no. That's Boston, that's Philly,
Yeah.
that's
No, it's not Philly. It's Boston.
Really?
the Eagles.
Okay, that's one team.
I
The
forgot the Phillies.
Flyers haven't. The Flyers haven't won a Stanley Cup in 50
Sixers
years.
stink.
Sixers are terrible.
Yeah, they I
I
was
didn't know
thinking
they were in the playoffs until I checked
You're
yesterday.
the
damn right they're in
Phillies.
the
I
playoffs,
forgot
Arch.
the Phillies.
Without Embiid.
I forgot the
Goes to
Phillies.
show you.
I forgot the Phillies were they lost in that. Yeah, not the Phillies. It's like
No,
Boston, LA.
it's really Boston, but
LA's
Atlanta.
yeah, Atlanta.
LA is pretty good
I
for
mean
sure.
Dodgers.
Atlanta doesn't count as a sports city because they don't have all four teams. Same thing for Pittsburgh as well, honestly. But
Denver. Well, I mean, Nuggets and Avs. I mean,
Yeah. And the what's their name? The Broncos are solid.
and then the
they are.
Rockies.
The Rockies are abysmal.
Yeah.
Yeah, Boston has it way too good. They're just always competitive.
The Rockies have more wins than the Phillies, though. So take that for what you will.
Well,
There's
all right.
there's only 3 teams in the National League that don't have more than 10 wins.
Who?
The Rockies, the Phillies, and the Mets.
LOL Mets.
Did you guys watch the Matt Fitzpatrick win this weekend?
I did.
I watched the YouTube highlight of the playoff.
Pretty electric. Pretty electric.
Great shot on the great second shot on the playoff
Yeah,
hole.
dude, 4-iron,
Yeah.
218.
That was crazy.
Also,
Is Scotty washed?
no.
Should we start that debate?
Should this
No, he's not
also
washed.
the Sabres? That was pretty cool. Probably
Yeah,
one of the
that was.
better sports
Did you?
moments.
I saw a video of. Did you see the video? I saw a video of the third period goal with no
Dude,
announcers.
unhinged.
It was insane.
The drunkest city in America. Like, dude, they literally
Yeah.
I mean, you have to when it's that cold all year round.
That was like just a dormant hockey town that was waiting for something.
And they got it. Buffalo loves puck. Like, they have a
Yeah.
bunch of AAA teams
How could
up
you
there.
not if you're from Buffalo?
Yeah, I mean, you're in Canada.
Yeah, literally.
So,
It's like Philly. Wait till you see tonight.
dude,
That's a real hockey town that's
Can't
just
wait.
been dormant for like 10 years.
I can't wait for tonight because Crosby, he
My
makes
gosh.
his mark. Well, he did
Uh,
some. I love Crosby, but like, dude, he played so bad. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm waiting for
Is Crosby washed? That's the debate we should be having.
21 straight points per game. But Yeah. Like,
No, he's not washed.
but I'm so nervous for it. Like if we go down 3-0 to the fucking Flyers, like the Flyers are gonna get swept in the next round.
The Flyers are ahead of schedule,
Dude,
way ahead of schedule.
the Porter Martone pickup, like Danny Briere
Ooh,
in the front office has to, and Talkett have to be like, bro, what did we just stumble across? This motherfucker's nasty.
he is.
Martone.
Martin,
Dude,
Porter
you
Martin,
know who's not the truth though?
who
Michkov.
Michkov. Well,
Not the
I saw
truth.
a stat the other day. So the majority of the year he wasn't playing right wing, which is like even in I know in soccer, like you want your stick side to be towards the goal, right? You know what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he wasn't playing right wing for most of the year. He's left-handed,
Yeah.
so like once I think he had like 16 points in the last like 16 games
Playing
or
right.
something like that, playing right wing. Like once they moved him back, so I think you play him in his natural position. Like he's also 20. Like he's gonna
Yeah.
develop.
No, you're right.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
Russian. Those guys are
yeah,
always like they're tough to coach. They don't even speak English. Like I get it.
yeah. There's been a lot of stories about his coachability over his first
The
2 years.
Russians
So
are always tough to coach. They
yeah,
play in the KHL. They're Russian.
yeah.
I shoot
But I
puck, score
think
a goal. No,
I
no, no.
think
Coach,
when
I
the
shoot puck, score a goal.
Flyers are rolling into their prime in a few years, like he's gonna be a big part of that,
Yeah, I'm so
in my
sad
opinion.
that
Yeah.
Dude, how about Hextall? He leaves he destroys the Flyers and then he leaves and gives the Flyers a gift by destroying the Pens. So then we had to hire luckily we both got the right GMs though. Briere and then um my boy Dubas. So Kyle Dubas and Briere. Hopefully the Battle of PA continues for a while,
You
but
think the Flyers get swept though if they play Carolina?
dude, the thing about the Flyers is like they low key suck. Like they low key don't have good enough players in the playoffs. Like when their power play unit goes on, like bro, Jamie Drysdale is like leading it. I'm like, bro, Jamie Drysdale is leading the fucking power play. Like
Drysdale's not bad.
I know he's not bad, but like other teams are all Makar or Miko
Yeah,
or
no, we don't have
Heiskanen
that.
or Carlson. Like I mean, the Sabres roll out. What's his name? The Swedish dude. I'm forgetting his name for a second. The Canadians roll out Hudson. Like, bro, there's like stellar players, all stars all over the ice, and then the Flyers are like Drysdale, Zegras, Tippett, Martone, and like
Konechny.
yeah, and it's like, dude, what a shitty power play. And you're like, I mean, they're just outworking us. They just play way harder. Like they just
And they
play
have a
harder.
hot goalie.
Yeah, dude,
You can do
don't
anything with that.
they shouldn't call it hockey. They should call it goalie. That's a tale as old as time. In the NHL playoff, we also have a hot goalie. He's standing on his head.
Yeah.
It's sadly like we just give him odd man rush after odd man rush. Like Couturier, the 2-on-0 with Couturier and Forrester. Oh,
Barnett Hathaway.
wait, Forrester. No, Konechny's not on the power play one. It's Forrester.
So who is it? It's Drysdale,
Forrester,
Martone, Forrester. It
Zegras,
Konechny's on it.
Tippett. No, I think it's
Oh,
Tippett.
it's Zegras and Tippett.
Yeah.
Well, Zegras is like our best player, which is bad, but
Yeah. Literally, like it's Zegras. Like Couturier is like, dude, he's like low-key good.
Couturier is on the fourth line.
I know, but he's low-key effective. He's good.
I know.
But this is like the Flyers. They're just like a fucking ragtag group of guys, and they're just beating our brains in.
Sometimes that's all it takes.
I
Sometimes
know, but we have like Hall of Famers. Like at some point,
they're
be a
washed
be,
Hall of
be
Famers.
a Hall of Famer. Be a Hall of Famer, please. We have All Stars, Hall of Famers, Hall of Good Guys.
I will say, like, I'm a pretty casual hockey fan. I've been trying to get into the Flyers more over the last few years. Like, this is a good way to do it, being in the playoffs. But and I would call myself a good fan this year. Like, I watched a few games, watch highlights for basically every game. I know most of the players on the team. The point I was trying to make, I think, like when you watch like the Pens, like the Flyers don't have any players that like that when they get the puck, you're like, oh, this is bad. Like this is bad for our team. But like
Mm-hmm.
you see Malkin get the puck and you're like, oh
Oh,
shit. Like, yeah, this
Malkin.
guy's about to go crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I feel the Pens Crosby and Malkin, they still have that effect. They're still when they get the puck on their stick, you're like,
You're like,
oh, this could be bad here.
yeah.
So I think they'll probably come back. I think they'll win tonight. I hope not, but I think they win tonight, and then it could
Game
be a
four
three.
is literally just
Yeah,
like a fucking war.
yeah. If it gets to 2-2, then it probably goes 7. But if they go 3-1, then
It's probably over.
it'll probably go 6 games. But
Mhm.
tonight's like obviously tonight's make or break. You can't go down 3-0
No,
or
you can't.
it's over. Yeah.
Dude, I also want to talk about the hockey playoffs and how much better they are than the NBA playoffs.
Yeah, like watching the Sixers game versus the Flyers game, like I'm just way more into. Well, I also think just because the Flyers have somewhat of a chance, but the Sixers are like it's just hard to watch in general, unless I'm
Well, dude,
watching like the Nuggets. Like I like
yeah.
watching the Nuggets, but
What is like it's so beautiful that you're like, wow, this is awesome. But
yeah,
like hockey, like every scrum and like how hard they're playing, like it just sucks when like you turn on like the OKC game and it's like jab step and then it's like
yeah,
ah
yeah,
all right, like here we go. Like I just
insane whistle.
yeah, like so
Yeah,
there's like dude, hockey you basically have to axe somebody's leg off to go get a
yeah.
penalty. Like
Meanwhile, like the other day, Ristolainen like rips off a shot. The play is called dead, and then he just skates up and punches Sidney Crosby in the face. Like,
oh, this is what's
you're like, oh, all
happening.
right. Like this is the type of action I'm looking for, not
Yeah, dude.
not Shea like shooting 18 free throws.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I'm about to hop off. I got to go back to school. So,
What?
Okay.
Shut up. No, that's
well,
good. All right. All right. We've been
we
actually
We can hop off.
we've
Yeah.
been bullshitting.
We haven't talked
I'm gonna
football in
post-
15 minutes.
I'm gonna post those edits tomorrow morning
Bet.
of us all
Yeah.
for all of them. But all right, let's send in. I'm gonna make a mock draft tomorrow and send it in.
Sweet.
Okay. Yeah. I'll make one. I'll probably just
Word.
make one right now, but
All right.
or I'll make it in
I'll see
class
y'all.
tonight.
All
All
right.
right, I'll see you,
Peace.
fellas.
All right.
Yeah.